Ta-da-pa-pa-pa-pa. In February 2025, I uploaded my first video on YouTube.
Hey guys, this is a short video on how to find your purpose and align your life with your purpose.
And over the past year, my channel has grown from basically 0 to just over 50 subscribers lately. That might not seem like a huge milestone, but I've actually had to go through lots of rookie mistakes and learned the basics of being a YouTuber to get there. In this video, I'm going to share 5 advice that I think are the most important for new YouTubers like me that I would give to my past self from a year ago who was just starting YouTube out for the first time. Over this past year, I have spent a lot of time learning from the gurus, watching videos on YouTube about how to grow your channel from 0. And surprisingly, almost none of the advice I'm going to share is from any of those gurus. And there's a really good reason for that, because there's a structural problem with YouTuber advice. The gurus on YouTube are playing the exact same game as any other YouTuber out there. And one of the part of being a YouTuber and making videos is always convincing the viewer that the current video they're watching is the most important video out there. But most of the time, the real problem the viewers have is very different. When these viewers go from video to video, it leads to a spiral, where you're always seeking for the next video that could potentially solve the problem you have and get you to the results that you want to achieve. So that's why my first advice is to not go asking anyone else what your problem is, and instead figuring it out for yourself. Why this is the case is that everyone has their own journey. No journey looks the same between 2 different people and 2 different YouTubers. And if a person tells you that the problem is in the thumbnails, it's probably because that was their blind spot or their bottleneck, but it doesn't mean that it's your bottleneck. And if that's the case, then focusing on thumbnails is a waste of time for you. Instead, what I recommend you to do, that I have done myself, is to simply let the data guide you. Look at your analytics and try to figure out where's your bottleneck actually. Is it in the impressions? Is it in click-through rate? Is it in retention of the intro, or at some other point of your video? And then, once you have figured out what your real problem is, you can solve that problem by seeking out advice directly. But you may ask, what if I don't have any data to work with? Well, if that's the case, then the simple solution is to just upload more. Just push out videos and force YouTube to give you that data that you need about what your bottleneck is. And for me, for the longest time, my problem was low impressions. My videos weren't just recommended for anyone on YouTube. Now, if you share the same problem that I had, then that's a strong indicator that YouTube doesn't really know who to recommend your videos to. This is actually a really common psychological trap for many YouTubers, where you want to maximize the amount of views that your video gets, but as a result, you make videos that are way too broad and that are made for nobody. And as a result, your videos don't resonate with anyone. And the solution to fix this is to make a video for a specific person in mind. You want to make a video that solves a specific problem that a specific person has, even if that problem is to just be entertained in the way that the person wants to be entertained in. You want to make a video that solves a really well-defined problem. And what that means is using specific language of your target audience, talking about topics that resonate with them, and giving them actually solutions that work for them. And you really want to solve a specific problem in a specific video. You don't want to make the video too broad, because people who are looking for solutions are only interested about solving their problem. And when you know who to make your video to, you have that specific person in your mind, then also YouTube knows exactly who to recommend the video to. Now, at the beginning, YouTube might not do this perfectly, It's just using the content of your video, your title, and your description of the video. But over time, once it sees those type of videos resonating with a specific type of audience, it always knows to recommend the video to that audience again. If you make the algorithm happy by exactly telling it who to recommend the videos to, then the algorithm will also make you happy as a result. For me, this has been by far the most important thing. It's also why I chose to target exactly new YouTubers who want to reach 1,000 subscribers on their channel, but they're just starting out. By the way, if that's you, make sure to subscribe to my channel right now. Now, another psychological trap that many new YouTubers fall into is treating their channel as an extension to their identity. And why this hinders you so much is that it makes you avoid making mistakes because you fear looking dumb or losing your face. But when you're starting out anything, mistakes are not only inevitable, but they're also constant. And in the context of YouTube, if you're avoiding mistakes, that just makes your videos boring and bland, and you're just lacking growth because you have nothing to learn from. And that's why my third advice is to treat your channel as a sandbox. In order to grow and learn, you have to make mistakes, and you have to go through a specific amount of mistakes that are just meant to be on your journey. And if you're emotionally attached to every video and avoiding mistakes, you're not learning at all. You're just making the same videos over and over, hoping that something changes. But if you change your approach and you treat your channel as a sandbox, that allows you to really relax and try things out for the first time. And it allows you to make those inevitable mistakes and get them out of the way so they are not there hindering your performance in the future. In the first year or so, your only goal for your channel should be to build a fundamental base of skills as a new YouTuber. And if your channel looks like a hot mess after that year, you can always make a new channel or delete all your old videos or something. Now, an advice that you hear a lot is that you can start making videos with basically no fancy gear, just your smartphone and internet connection. And that's true, but what I have found myself is that it can be sometimes really painful and tedious to make videos using the bare minimum equipment. And if you're really serious about becoming a YouTuber, growing your channel, then my fourth advice is to actually invest in your growth and buy yourself some gear that actually solves problems for you and makes the process of making videos much more smooth and enjoyable. Whenever I invest into something, I always commit a little bit more into that something. For one, there's a difference in your drive. When you have actually spent money into something, you're much more likely to want to make that money count. And you're also much more likely to commit to what you're doing and not quit because you feel like you're in debt to that thing that you have committed to. And you don't really have to invest a lot to get this effect. For most people, it's enough to invest whatever you can, even if it's just a cheap light to film your videos. But you should think strategically when it comes to what investments to make. For myself, when I was starting out, I started with a really old PC, and that made the editing process really tedious, and sometimes even the playback would just lag way too much to do anything useful. So for me, the best investment I have made so far was upgrading my computer that I edit on. If you feel hesitant to invest into your growth, then that's something to reflect on, because it might be an indicator that you unconsciously don't believe in your ability to succeed, or that you expect yourself to quit along the way. And that's all something really important to process when you're actually beginning as a YouTuber. The last advice I'm going to give is related to your emotions as a YouTuber. And being a new YouTuber is by no definition easy. I have realized that during this year. And it's a constant emotional roller coaster with ups and downs, and sometimes it really feels like you just want to quit. Like there's no traction, nothing is working for you, and the whole world is against you. And the most important advice I'm going to give you is to just keep going despite all this. What I have learned during this year is that all the ups and downs don't really matter in the big picture. All that really matters is that you just keep walking that path forward and trusting that you will get somewhere eventually. And a lot of new YouTubers quit because they lose their trust. They give up because they get convinced that they are not good enough to get there. But everyone is good enough if they just keep going. Nobody's born with the set of skills that you need, and everyone is capable of learning them if they just keep going. So never quit, just keep going on that path that you have chosen and trust that you will get there eventually. And that's all for this video. I hope you found my 5 advices helpful, and I would highly appreciate if you would leave this video a like if you found this advice helpful at all, and also comment down below what are your current challenges on your path to grow as a channel. I will go through all the comments, and if I see a topic that gets lots of engagement, I might just make a new video about that topic. And as I said before, subscribe to my channel if you share my goal to reach 1,000 subscribers as a new YouTuber, and we can walk this path together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.